Hi, my name is Zain Ashraf. I'm a freshman at Stony Brook University, and our project is about racism.
So Zane, why do you choose this issue to talk about?
It's definitely like affected my life in a way because I grew up in a very a town with not a lot of people that look like me. So like I always got weird looks growing up. I always had people like assume things about me that weren't true, and I just want to see like other people experience with it on our campus.
So what we're doing is we're gonna go to people on campus and ask them about how racism has affected their lives.
And my name is Srijay. Can I ask a couple questions?
Yeah.
So introduce yourself. What's your name? What's your major?
My name is Paul Kim, and I'm in majoring in environmental studies.
Okay, so I'm doing projects for my LDS class, summer class, and
Yes.
I'm interviewing people about racism.
Yep.
So a question for you is, have you been affected by racism before, and how has it impacted your life?
Well, it's not really like an apparent racism. It's just like some kind of jokes in our daily lives. Like for example, when I was in Texas, I used to live in Texas, and when I would go to like the workout and I was like go to the gym as a team because I was in the soccer team, all the people would like kind of like talk down at me because I'm Asian, and Asians are usually like weak and not really good at like what they're doing.
So the second question is, do you think racism will ever leave the world?
I haven't really thought about that, but so far, I think it has progress from like what we had before. But I think it's doable. But right now, what I see is it's kind of hard to see that the racism will be completely wiped out in the world because it's just like the difference between each person. And, like this comes from different cultures, and as long as like that difference exists in the world, I believe that it's not going to be wiped out.
Hi, I'm Zain Ashraf. I'm here with Monica Figueroa, and I'm here to talk to you about racism. So Monica, have you ever been affected by racism in your life?
Yes, I have. Mostly in communities, I see like very the way people like treat me, or the way like I don't feel as welcomed in some communities, mostly like white privileged. So yes, I have.
How has it impacted your life?
Well, mostly just makes me feel like unwelcomed in certain communities, or makes me feel like I am not good enough to be around certain types of people, or that they just don't feel like I'm as equal to them as other people.
Okay. Do you think it'll ever go away?
I don't think so. I always think that there will be a selected few that believe that they are higher than other races or that kind of thing. So I don't think it will ever go away.
All right. Well, thank you for your time.
Okay, so before we start, can you introduce yourself briefly, your name and major?
Okay. My name is Thomas Lee, and I'm senior. I'm in my senior year. I'm doing computer science major.
Okay, so we got two questions. The first one is, have you ever been affected by racism, and how has it impacted your life?
Racism. Actually, not that much, because I was living in New York, Queens, where a lot of races are living together, and since we know each other too well, there's not a lot of racism between each other. So yeah,
That's cool.
not a lot, yeah.
Okay, so the second one is, then do you think the racism will ever go away?
I don't think so, actually, because even though I was living in a place where a lot of races are living together, there are a lot of countries or states where single race is consuming all the population. So I think in those places, they will have like stereotypes, or just they're afraid of other races. So I think on those places, racism won't ever go away.
Okay, so thank you for your interview, and good luck with your academic.
Thank you.
How do you feel through this experience?
I feel like it was definitely informative for me because I know how I feel like growing up with my skin color, but like to know like how someone else feels, like like someone else who might be Asian or African American or Caucasian, like to get their sort of insight on how they've experienced it, kind of like showed me that there's more than like one side of the coin to this sort of subject.
How did this project impact the world around you?
Well, I feel like in today's society, we're not like social activists here. We're college kids. a lot of us don't think about these things. A lot of us are just, we just like assume like everyone is treated fairly, like, and just like to bring this issue up to the forefront of like someone's mind. It's like, oh, like this is an issue that exists, and like this is how I feel like it's impacted me. They can look back at their lives and think about times where like they didn't think that racism was a thing, but in reality it was something that did affect them in a way.
And lastly, what did you gain from doing this project?
I gained perspective. Like I realized that like racism comes in all shapes and forms, and my definition of racism might not be the same as someone else's. But like at the end of the day, it is something that's very real. It affects everyone in our world, and like I feel like the quicker we get past it, and the quicker we recognize it's an issue, the quicker we can take care of it.